We end tonight's show with a story that affects all of us. Doesn't matter if you're watching us from Sri Lanka or Singapore or India, the UK, Europe, the Maldives, or you're working on that mission to Mars. This story is about all of us. It's a story about work. How many of you sulked a little before going to work today? How many of you woke up not wanting to go to work at all? How many of you are currently at work and feeling stressed? I want you to know that you're not alone. 44% of people are stressed at work, and this is not normal. There's something extremely wrong with our workplaces today. Today, workers around the world are more stressed than ever. Gallup conducted a survey. It found that 60% of workers are emotionally detached from their jobs. 60%, 60. 19% workers said they're miserable at work. 57% said they're just about sailing through. They're neither engaged at work nor thriving at their jobs. Only 9% of workers said they're both thriving and engaged. And these are dangerous markers. They tell you that less than a tenth of the global workforce today is satisfied and prospering. Less than a tenth. What's happening to the rest? To the majority? They're mostly burnt out. Indeed conducted a survey in 2021. It found 52% of respondents experiencing burnout. This matches the latest survey. That says 44% of workers reported daily stress at work in 2021. The year before, in 2020, the number was 42%. The situation was not good back then either, but it's getting worse by the day, which is why it's important that we ask relevant questions. For starters, what is making employees so stressed? Number one is deadlines. Today, they are tighter than ever, and we've normalized it. Be it working extra hours or on holidays, we have to meet deadlines. Number two, a lot of workers today are overwhelmed. There's just too much work and just a handful of people capable of shouldering it. Number three, many workers say they're doing work they were not even supposed to or they don't like, and saying no is not an option. Our work culture has villainized that word. You can't say no. More often than not, the workplace itself becomes a stressor. The workplace becomes toxic. People are gossiping, the boss is playing favorites or is abusive. Most work stories have one of the above. Today, employees are told it's okay to work extra hours, it's okay to burn the midnight oil. A bad boss is not a big deal. That answering calls and emails late into the night is a sign of being responsible, hands-on. Today, not taking a holiday is a sign of being a good employee in a lot of places. Well, it's not. And if we are to combat work stress, we must rewrite these toxic codes of employee conduct. In a world where top CEOs advocate longer work hours, longer working weeks, where business leaders lobby against remote working, these numbers, this data on work stress should be an eye-opener. A carrot and stick approach is a thing of the past. If you practice it, your workforce will be drained. We're staring at a mammoth problem today. It's a situation where every second person you meet at work is stressed. And this is not something you can afford to brush aside. And I will tell you why. You see, work stress takes a toll on your life outside work too. It affects you physically, emotionally, behaviorally. If you're stressed at work, your energy levels drop, your productivity drops, your alertness drops. Stress at work makes it difficult for you to pay attention to what's happening around you. It makes you prone to accidents. It makes you less tolerant as an individual. Now here's a question. Should employers care? More than anything else, I'd say. Because when an employee is stressed, her work suffers too. When 44% of your workforce is stressed and 60% is detached, your output is going to drop. Work stress or burnout is an occupational phenomenon. Here, an employee's experience at work affects her time, at office and outside. And it's not the other way around. So the ball to combat work stress is in the court of managers and business leaders. They must cultivate a stress-free work environment, one that's free of toxicity, where hard work is recognized. Leaders must push for flexible working. Human resources departments must prioritize employee well-being, not punch-in, punch-out timings. These are little things that can make a big difference. These are little things that can improve both employee well-being and work output. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.